Hey, what's up? John Sonmez from SimpleProgrammer.com. So I'm here in San Jose still, and I just finished running a 5K for the Rock and Roll marathon or marathon series. I'm going to run the half marathon tomorrow, and I thought I'd do a quick video. I just finished. I just got a PR, my best time that I've gotten on a 5K. I haven't run that many 5Ks, but I basically did a 5K in about 23 minutes. My official race time was about 23 minutes and 40 seconds, I believe, which I know some of you think that that's fairly slow. It's about a 7.5 minute mile pace, but that's pretty dang fast for me. I'm pretty happy to do that at 220 pounds. So anyway, I thought I would do a video about something because, when I got there this morning and decided to do this race, I wasn't sure if I was going to run it fast, if I was going to take it easy because I got the half marathon tomorrow, or what I was going to do. But as soon as that gun went off, I started running, and I ran with the front of the pack, and I pretty much stayed there, running. When I do a typical run, when I do my 10-mile runs during the week, I'll run, probably like 9.5 to 10 minute to 10.5 minute mile pace, but I came out of the gate 7.5 minute, less than 7.5 minute mile, and just kept it going that whole time. And what I realized was as I was doing this and I was pushing, is that and this thought went through my head was that you shouldn't leave anything in the tank, right? So many times in life we're tempted to leave some in the tank, right? To not push things as hard as we can, not to give it all. And there's lots of reasons for this. One of the reasons for doing this is simply because you don't want the embarrassment of, you don't want to face the reality of saying you tried your best and not living up to your expectations, right? If you give it your all, if you give it 100%, and then you fail for some reason, or you don't quite make it, or you don't achieve the result that you want, then it's all on you. Then you gave it all you had, and it wasn't good enough, and that's what you got. And so a lot of times we don't do that. A lot of times, I've talked about multiple times. I did this talk on at Xamarin Evolve. You can check out here where I talked about overcoming your things that make you feel uncomfortable, and 5 soft skills. And I talking about mostly about overcoming your fears, and I talk about overcoming the fear of failure and the fear of success, right? And one of the things that really contributes to the fear of failure, what is the fear of failure or what is the fear of success? They're really, in my mind, very similar, and they're related in many times to this idea of leaving some in the tank, of not giving it your all. Instead, just trying to do things and leaving yourself a little bit of a buffer, right? Leaving yourself some buffer room so that you can say, well, I didn't push it as hard as I could, and the thing is, like, you can live your whole life never pushing it as hard as you could, never completely emptying that tank and never giving it your all. And that's a shame. You should really strive to just put yourself out there and give your all every single time. Just push it as hard as you could. As I was burning around that, as I hit that 3 mile mark in that 5K, I was just thinking, I've got a 1/10 of a mile left. I can see the finish line. I started sprinting, and I passed like 5 or 6 people that were, jogging down to the finish line. They were ahead of me, the whole race. And that last 1/10, I just pushed it as hard as I could. I felt like I was going to throw up, right? Because I was like, I am not leaving 1 ounce in the tank. I am going to push it as hard as I can here. And I didn't win the race by any chance, but I got my best time, and I gave it my best, and I knew that I basically couldn't have done it any faster. I couldn't have pushed any harder. I was pretty close to, you can always argue someone could do something better or faster, but I was pretty close to my 98 or 99% of what I could do. And we should live our whole lives like that. We should always do that. And I'm guilty myself. I don't always give it my all. I don't always, push it as hard as I could, but I should, right? And we all should, because if you live that way, not only, can you always be happy that you gave it your best, right? But when you fail, it means something. When you don't give it your best and you fail, you don't learn much from that, right? You might learn something from it, and you might take that experience and grow from it, but you really grow. The place where you really grow is when you're so disappointed, when you're like, oh shit, man, I tried my best. I couldn't do it. Like, I literally couldn't do it. What happened? And then you figure it out, and then that causes you to grow massively, because you've actually given, you don't have any buffer, you don't have any justification, you don't have any way to say to yourself, oh well, I didn't really try as hard as I could, right? So you should live your life that way. You should always be pushing the envelope, always be giving it all you can. Don't leave anything in the tank. Everything that you leave in the tank, when you die, that's gone. It disappears, right? It's like a trust account that disappears when you die. There's nothing, every time that you do that, every day that you close your eyes, you go to sleep, and you left something in the tank for that day, it's gone the next day. You don't have it anymore. You wasted that. So why waste life? Why waste your energy? Why waste your time? Why waste your effort by giving it an 80% effort just so you can feel a little bit better about yourself that you didn't give it all, so you can, give yourself this illusion, right? I did this video on looking in the mirror. You should check it out if you don't. But one of my goals in life is to see reality more and more clear each day. And and when you don't give it all, when you leave something in the tank, you paint a false picture of yourself, of reality, right? You always envision yourself better. You say, well, someday if I actually tried, I could do this. I could be the CEO. I could run for president. I could run faster than this. I could do whatever it is. But you know what? It's bullshit. Because of two reasons. One, you're not actually going to try because you don't know what it's like to empty the tank. You don't know what it's like to push it so hard, to give it your all. And number two, it's just you don't have the training. You haven't done it. The more times that you empty that tank and you push it, the bigger the tank becomes, right? If you want to expand your tank, using 50% of it, that doesn't expand your tank. You got to use 100%. You got to have nothing left, and you got to bring your tank next time. So anyway, I thought I would say that just as I was thinking about this, as I was running that race, and I realized I need to give it my all, and I realized not just in the race but in life. Every time that I'm doing something, every time I sit down at my computer, even when I do the smallest task, right? When I'm recording YouTube videos, when I'm writing my book, whatever I'm doing, I should put my mind into it 100%. Give it all, leave nothing in the tank, and you should do the same. If you like this video, if you want to give it your all, click the subscribe button. Don't give me 50% effort. Click it, watch the videos, change your life, change your attitude, and I will talk to you next time. Take care.